Hey, listen up. If you're looking for a local podcast to check out with enlightening conversation on sustainability, solar energy, and more, look no further because we have a company that's offering their perspectives on these topics. So joining me now is Ralph and Ben with Harmon Solar Podcast. Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
Okay, let's just get right to it. You guys are used to this, right? Talking to people and doing interviews. So whose idea was it to start this podcast?
It was actually my idea.
Okay.
I do some other stuff around podcasts and other things. I said, Ben, we should start this. I think it's a great idea to inform some people, give them some knowledge and arm them. So we started doing this about
a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was actually a couple months ago, yeah.
A couple months ago, okay. That's when you guys started thinking about it and actually making it happen. How long has it been on air or on the podcast?
It's been out about 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months, okay.
We do one every week.
Okay.
I think it started off as maybe we'll just do a couple here and there, then it turned it into more of a, all right, we got to start doing this every week now.
Okay, every week, because it's getting so popular, right?
Yeah. Right.
People are interested in finding out all of this information. Yeah. So how do you come up with all your topics?
So the main idea behind it was we need to educate people. Buying solar is a very complex thing. It's not like going to the store and just buying milk or ketchup or something. It's very customizable to you and in your lifestyle. So we needed to educate people on that so that we can kind of weed out all the bad information. Because if you look on social media, there's a lot of bad information on solar, and people think it's a scam and this and that. And it's not like that. It's just because you were misinformed. Mm-hmm. So our goal with this whole podcast was we need to get out the correct information so that people and consumers can make better decisions.
Right.
That's so true, because when people are knocking on my door at my house and they're trying to sell me this, I'm like, oh, I don't know any background information. Sure. I'm like, is this really true? Am I really going to save money? Should I be giving up my electric company for this?
Right.
Sure.
So, and that's what you guys help out with, right?
We do, and there's, Arizona is probably the best place in the country for solar, right? So a lot of companies come out here from different states, especially during the summer, because they want to try to come out here and get some business, and they don't understand the complexities of Arizona. So what we've done is, by doing this, we're arming the people to say, hey, make sure that you're looking at these things and asking these questions, because if you're not, you just might be doing the wrong thing for yourself. So we're trying to protect people.
Yeah. What I always tell people is not everyone should get solar.
Right.
Which is shocking. Not everyone should get solar, but everyone should at least take a look.
Okay.
Right.
Get multiple quotes from multiple companies and take a look at everything to get all your information, and then make the decision of is it going to be best for me.
Okay, I like that, because you're being real, right? Because I'm sure everybody's like, yes, you need this, but maybe it doesn't fit your home, and that's what you guys are helping out with.
Right.
So what topics have you taken on so far?
Wow, so we started with SRP just to talk about the complexities, because it's so different when you go solar and SRP. So we started talking about SRP and demand management. Those were our first 2 episodes.
Okay.
And we thought this would be like maybe a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
We're an hour in going, wow, there's a lot of information there. We've brought guests in from manufacturers and experts that have come in the different fields. So we started SRP, started demand management. Then we went into roofing to talk about roofing and what you should look for if you want to go solar. Obviously, it goes on your roof. Mm-hmm. What things should you know? And how does Harmon do things different, because we are very different than every other company in the industry. Yeah. We did that. What was the next one?
We did EV charging network.
Yeah, so we got into the EV world to talk about the charging network that's going on in electric vehicles, and we brought in an expert to talk about that.
We did our sales too.
Yep,
our sales, the whole sales process from beginning to end.
You guys have covered it all already so far,
no,
right?
No,
but you're like, not even close. Okay, it feels like they've touched on so many topics, but you still have so many more. So if people are interested in learning more about your podcast or listening, where do they go?
So you can go to harmonsolar.com/podcast, and that will link to our podcast page. And we have YouTube videos. If you want to see our pretty faces, we're on there. You can watch us. Otherwise, you can go on Spotify, or you can go on iTunes, those kind of iHeart, and just look up Harmon Solar Podcast, and you can find all our stuff.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and for starting that podcast and sharing all that information.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And again, if you want some more info, go ahead and visit the website there at the bottom of your screen.